Fly together?
No.
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 Actually carry me. Go quicker than me, you know?
Disappear.
Yeah. I'll try them.
There's a little
All right,
shelf
go.
at the back.
Shelf in the back. Right. Speed.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Florine, de toute façon, j'ai une bonne assurance. Hein.
Alors ça va.
So, no. It's constant. So that means I got to get one that's 1 hour later. So I'm going to get in a little bit late into the hospital. So, little bit.
Der Eurostar nach Avignon planmäßige Abfahrt 13:13 Uhr wird abfahren von Gleis 5, Trackfahrt the 113 Eurostar to Paris-Lyon.
Okay, so just woke up. Well, I woke up a little bit. I'm just back to the room after having both hips done. It is now 4:30. And I went down at 7 a.m. this morning. So felt calm the whole way. And then when they start moving the bed down, then I started to feel a little bit anxious and nervous. They put you in a hold room. I kind of fell asleep. To all the beeping noises, and met all the team that were doing the surgery, and then they brought me to the operating theatre, and in the operating theatre was like ultra modern music playing, big picture of my X-ray, and they were looking at, oh shit, that's fucked. But the biggest thing I was anxious about was how I'd wake up, like waking up confused or groggy. But I wake up and the nurses were there and I could like almost understand them. They were speaking Dutch, and woke up without any pain. So my pain tolerance, I suppose, from, I haven't walked for 4 months now, and, constant pain. And so it's kind of changed my pain tolerance. So on a 1 to 10, I'd say it's 1. Now, I'm on a morphine. It's a new thing. I think I'm the first one to get it. It's like it's a button, so you press the button, and it gives you morphine through an IV. Comes from there, goes in there. When you need it, and I haven't needed it, so I think different people are different. Different pain tolerances, or they're not used to pain, or like a lot of people just walk in here. I kind of came in on crutches, so I haven't used the morphine yet. I'm just going to hydrate because my heart rate was a little bit high afterwards, and they couldn't find a vein earlier. I think I was just a little bit dehydrated earlier. So yeah, saw the X-ray because that's the other thing I was nervous about, whether he could do it or not, whether I'd wake up and be like, sorry, but you had to give you 2 hip replacements. It's not what I wanted to see. So the x-ray in bed saw 2 hip resurfacings. And yeah, I get to get another go, which is fucking great. So delighted. And I'm just going to continue on with the journey and reset and refix and get stronger and go faster. Yeah. So yeah, it's been cool. So some food's arrived. Now, Colin, the doctor, kept going on about the hospital food, how great it is here. Cheese. I don't eat cheese. I guess I do now. Soup and steak and potatoes and salad and a cake. Breakfast day 4. So, there's cheese under there. Bread. The strawberries are good. Just go to sleep. Important thing about this is calories are important. Soup and steak. It looks like turkey breast. It's definitely turkey breast and pasta and pineapple for lunch. My fucking shorts don't fit me. My fucking hips are so wide. Oh man. Jesus. Did you have a problem getting shorts on?
No.
Oh man. My advice would be get shorts that are like 2 sizes bigger.
Got the casino in there.
The casino?
Yeah. Already went to the casino, lost.
You already got a casino?
Yeah.
No. Connor gave me $1,000 in one night and he gave us all $1,000 to go to the casino.
Yeah.
I went to the thing and got the cash and went home. I was like, what's that? You joke me. Why would I do that? I could like that. No. Oh. And that's the room. It's beautiful. Really, really well finished. So we did our first session in the physio room. Excellent. Got on the bike. And just to be able to like press the pedals down again and feel something go through it is
because today I was like, we're leaving today. I didn't feel like I could leave to be honest, didn't think I could leave the hospital today. I was like, fuck man, I can't even put my fucking jocks on. How am I going to manage on my own in a hotel? But we went downstairs to the physio room and all of a sudden do some exercise, you move around, it's like, fuck, brand new, unbelievable. So I'm going to rest for a bit, go out, explore. I feel I could do miles on the clutches now, to be honest with you. Whereas yesterday I struggled just to get to the jacks. But everything you said came true.
It's better.
I like it better.
How do you zoom in?
You don't see me.
You don't zoom in?
Why is it better? Bigger angle. Oh, Amai, that's a big like
Yeah.
they say it wide of.
It's wide. I can see like that machine over there.
And what is the name?
DJI Osmo. Osmo. Action.
Was it closed?
Very close, yeah. They probably know each other. Oh, it's a duo. It's harder for you to get. It's a duo. Who's the duo? No idea. The duo. There's two people singing the song. You don't know who that is?
No.
You know who the first guy is, right? Michael Jackson.
No.
And Paul McCartney from the Beatles. Okay.
I sit.
Sit.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Because I went to the bathroom just to pee and
Couldn't, yeah.
and
Oh my god. But you could have fallen like wrong.
Oh yeah. If that's the end of it, you're in the shit. And then he has to come and do his work again.
yeah.
That's another. That's an extra. You don't get guaranteed. Wow. It's a big ass sauna.
Hip, don't bother me. That's
good.
That's nothing.
I feel fantastic. That's my right hip.
Yeah.
Go on.
So now we're going to there.
Holy shit, that's a lot worse.
That's better,
Where's the fucking rest of it? There's half it missing, dude. Look, it's just like missing. Fuck me. And the guy told me like, yeah, 4 or 5 years, that's okay. Oh, look at that beauty. Wow. Come on, son. Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's how we went.
Holy shit. That was easier than the other day. Because I got in on the 4th day and then I just get to my knees. Boom. We're kind of in, aren't we? Fuck, that's lovely. Stay there. Now all I gotta do is go here, sit my heels a little bit. Getting your legs out in front is kind of tricky. So what did I do last time? I think I squatted today. Yeah. Squatted. Oh, that's lovely. That is lovely. You know, fuck you. It's the little things in life. So this is day 6. This is Thursday. Yeah. And today, the other people have arrived for a surgery for tomorrow, which is, I think it's 6 every week, which is, I'm sure they're nervous. I'm sure they're wondering what's going to happen. And for me, my experience, I think, was different to the rest of them. I think generally people reach their limit, whatever your limit is, and then they tend to be able to walk into the hospital. And then when you get the surgery, it's one of the most major surgeries there is, as in traumatically to the body, because it takes 3 people to dislocate your hip and pull it out off the table and swing around and get some machinery in there. It's pretty brutal. So when you wake up, you're going to be in a lot of pain. And then the pain, you're set up with a morphine drip that you can press, and it'll just run you down a drop when you need it. For me, because I kind of trained for this, if you look at it that way. I've been on crutches since before Christmas. That's only 5 months now. And I've been not sleeping with the pain. The pain at night time was horrendous. And it got worse and worse and worse. And I'd say the last 4 or 6 weeks were just pain sitting down, pain standing up, pain when I landed my feet on the ground with the crutches. Whereas before that, I could just bounce around. I wasn't in pain all the time, only in pain at certain times. But the last 6 weeks was just constant. So then when it came to the operation, it was just like a fucking release. So I didn't have any pain really, which is, I think, is rare for both. Because both is meant to be a lot more. It's not double the pain or double the problem as one. It's a little bit more, I think. So those people are in for a bit of a rude awakening. And then after the 4th day, well, you get out of bed on the 3rd day. If you have 2 hips, if you get 1 hip, you're out of bed on the 2nd day, and you've 1 strong leg to hold you up. So it's not that bad. And you're on the walker. And what I found was when I got on the walker after the 3rd day, it was like, when I looked at other people, I just thought they weren't strong, but it's not that. It's just your brain's not communicating with your legs. It's like it's a whole new program. Plus, my right leg was like had been 3 inches shorter from the pelvic tilt the way it was gone. So when I got up the first day, I had this like 3 inches of extra leg. My leg was the same size now, and I was still going to the same posture as I standing on my toe. My knee was bent. Hang on, this is I have two long legs. I'm taller. I was standing up straight. I wasn't able to stand up straight. I just feel like, fuck, a reborn. It's amazing. Plus, I was starting to look old. I was starting to look haggard. Someone asked me, was I retired a few weeks ago? I was like, fuck yeah. I thought, what the hell do I? And my eyes were just tired, So now look in the mirror, it's just like, fuck, I'm back. That dude who was driving the boat for the last while is fucking well and truly gone. Dr. De Smet. What a fucking animal, legend of a surgeon. Chain smokes, drinks, but he just does the fucking job. And he doesn't take any bullshit. I mean, what a fucking dude. He's changed my life. But not only my life, for everyone else's life who's around me, you know? Like, Stars had to fucking literally wipe my ass for the last fucking months. Do everything for me. Never complained. And when I was moaning, she kicked me in the fucking ass. What are you moaning about, you know? And that's what I needed. So, yeah, it's going to affect not just me, but everyone around me. And I'm really grateful. Really, really grateful. I'm grateful for the experience. It's been a hell of an experience, but I'm grateful that there was an exit and I was able to get off the fucking motorway and get back to fucking my life again. And in 3 months' time, I can do everything I ever did 5 years ago. So that's what I'm going to do, but better. And I'm going to really concentrate on walking properly, all the stuff that kind of gets you wrong. Yeah, okay, this is lovely. Nice cars today.
Yeah. Budget cars.
Yeah, budget cars, yeah. This Lamborghini. It's ridiculous looking.
Easy.
Alright.
A house on wheels, we call it.
House on wheels. Last trip to the airport. Or last trip to the hospital.
Did you read the things that are in the
Was there pictures?
in the hard drive that they give us?
Was there pictures?
Pictures, yeah, and
I don't have my computer with me for once, no.
and like instructions
No.
for the general of everything, you know. And they talk about the bandages. And
Okay.
there's just to change it
Yeah.
once a day or
Once a week?
maximum 3 times every
3 days? Okay.
Yeah.
They'll change it on the last day here. And I think that's the biggest problem you're going to have here is infection, you know.
Wow.
You know, that's the biggest problem you have.
At least it's a concern, you know. Like
Well, like if you keep it clean, you know, it's good to have like, I'll get it done before I go, and then I get started to do it when I get there.
and we'll have like 10 to 14 days with bandages. And
Yeah.
then it's off.
Okay. Good. Do other exercises too. Hello.
Just I was listening great clearly, you know, because you have like can see maybe number 3, number 1, number 2, number 1, number 3. They are supposed to and they don't change. For like 10 years. So every time you got running those right, come like the summer vacation. We have 3 months of summer vacation. July, August, and September. August, and in July I'll work. But then I get to
And it will be your last year.
no, next year is my last year.
You're going for 70?
1 year of like
120. 25 for start because hey, yesterday
Did too much?
too much, yeah. So
So how many you put today?
25.
Yeah, it's not very, very easy. Just
Yesterday you were already 50.
just
And more.
Look at you.
Wow.
okay, you can go over.
Yeah, if all kids learn sign language, they can communicate with all other kids.
I know how hard it is.
To learn sign?
To learn sign language.
I think it's easier than learning French.
For sure. But it's not a language, you know, it's like it's not learning a language.
I think it's
Like a lot of
it's different because like
you can
just because the
including me, I can speak French.
it's more hands-on
Stuff like
than
that.
words and past tense and future tense.
Yeah, you don't have that. You have you just have words.
Yeah.
Once you see nowadays they have to say about. It's an app. Or
It's an app. It translates thing.
Or he recommends it. That there's the
You see, everything is illuminated.
What is it about?
The guy that goes back to Ukraine going to the guy that's in I think Harry Potter or something. It's brilliant because it's very yes, the guy that meets in Ukraine.
That's how we walk.
That's how you walk. Let's go.
Because you're better than me.
No, because we're bilateral.
Bilateral.
Yeah.
1 week.
Look at that.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, good, and you?
Great.
Is it yours?
That's mine. Just video.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Is
No, you filmed it.
that okay? Yeah, yeah. Yes, I can see it. Hang on.
Oh, really well.
Will I just take them off?
A little bit.
Yeah.
That I can see it. It's only this one, eh?
2.
You have two?
Bilateral.
Oh yeah.
Which one? I don't know. The last one got to change. Does it hurt to take them off?
No, probably not.
No.
You feel it a little?
No, nothing.
No?
Nothing.
So
Can I take a photo of it?
sure,
Actually, get you to do it for them. See what it's like.
but it's a little bit of strips on it.
That's okay. So just press a button. Press the screen and then press the button.
Yeah, but I said there's a little bit strips on the
There shouldn't be any
Bones.
shit. It's really slow.
yeah. I don't have a
How are you?
good, and you? It's my last thing.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, is it? So do you leave these strips on?
Yeah, I give you a little bit of this one.
Yeah.
Go home,
Yeah.
and if you see it's dirty
Yeah.
or it's coming off, you can put another strip on.
Because
it.
I was in the bath last night.
Yeah,
I was in the swimming pool and sauna the day
Oh.
before,
and it's not coming
and I
off.
was in the bath the first day out of here.
Oh, yeah, you have. It's good for your leg.
Yeah, really good. And these are the same patches, yes?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, this is good.
Because it's not that together.
They told me it was public. Yeah, it's public if you've got money.
She's good with the kids and here. Hard to get out.
Yeah.
Do cheap. We wanted something a little bit,
Yeah. You can't. On the way to the airport.
Do you need any help?
I'm good. They got to collect me now. Yeah.
You were a lucky man.
Well, yeah, I am actually. Yeah, but you got to make your own look as well, you know.
Okay.
Let's see where she's at. Oh, I see her. She's at the end there. Where she's at? To your left. Excuse me. Yeah, hold on. Okay.
What a shot. Wait. This is so tight, this lens, you know? Oh, yeah. Ah. Stop. Stop. Whoa, you fast. Nearly to life. It really is, isn't it?
It's got 46 grand budget.
Bargain, really.
This journey to surgery took a lot longer for me because there was two camps. There was kind of like, there's a bunch of people say that you can rebuild a joint, you can rebuild cartilage by food, supplements, mobility exercises, prayer, osteopathy, chiropractic, all that kind of stuff. And there's a couple of guys on YouTube that I'd watched do this. And it's very appealing because you think, like, I don't need to have surgery. I can fix it myself. My body's a machine. It can do anything. And then there's the other people that say, you need surgery. It's osteoarthritis. It's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to get worse. And you're going to end up having to have surgery. So when I went initially with the first x-rays, so that would have been June last year, I couldn't walk one day. Went down to the local hospital. Had to get an appointment with a doctor for an x-ray because it's a prescription of radiation. And there was a guy called Hugo Cardosa. I didn't know he was a surgeon. I thought he was a doctor. He sent me off for x-rays and MRIs. And then when I got back, he said that my right hip was a disaster. And if he saw my left hip, my good hip, he would have done that. And when can I make the appointment? And I was like, what appointment? And he's like, I'm going to do total hip replacement. Do your right one first, 6 months later, or do your left one. Oh, by the way, you need to see a neurologist because I think you have like herniated disc L5, L6, L4, 3. And you're probably going to need spinal surgery. We'll get the spinal surgery first and then come see me. So he gave me all this paperwork. I walked out the reception and I just thought, what the fuck am I doing here? Because I cycled in and I walked in. I wasn't as bad as the x-ray looked. I was still able to do shit. So I just thought, like, fuck this. So I left. And then I was still training for Badlands, rode Badlands, which is an 800-kilometer gravel race in Granada in Spain through 2 deserts. Had a walking stick on the side of the bike. 400 people started and 140 finished, and I finished 140th, just on the time limit. And after that, I kind of like, I think I emptied the tank on that one, and it started getting progressively worse. And then Christmas Day, I was on crutches by December, because I was on a stick first, then crutches. I thought I'd save the hip instead of being, you know, the crutch wasn't giving me enough support. At the time, at the start, it was just giving me enough, just touching, just keep me upright. And then I was leaning on it, you know, and then all of a sudden I'm off to one side. So I thought, better to, you know, control the damage. So Christmas Day, myself and Star went down to the beach. I got into the water, and on the way back out, I was able to walk into the water without the crutches. And on the way back out, I got up knee deep, and I couldn't move my feet through the water. And at that stage, it's like, oh, fucked. So I hit the panic button then and said it to Jules. And I thought, right, I'm going to go get surgery. And I was, at that stage, I'd started looking at videos. And there was a guy, Dr. Pedro Felipe, was the only guy I could find in Portugal that was doing a resurface. And also I had looked into the guy that invented it was called the Birmingham Hip Resurfacing, which was a guy called Derek McWynn. And all his videos were old, his website was old. And I thought, after Christmas, I'm going to email him and I'll get him to do it. He's the original guy. So I emailed him, and I got an email back to say, Dr. Wynn is not working anymore. And I'd kind of Googled him, and he'd lost his license. I think he was collecting parts, body parts. But like, they're scientists, like it's a bit that you don't need, like maybe, you know, when people say body parts, I think, I don't know what they think of for legs and arms, but you're talking like little, small little things. Anyway, he got struck off. So I emailed him and I said, listen, you know, I was hoping you'd do the surgery for me, but obviously you're not doing it anymore. Would you recommend anybody? And he said, yes, I would, Professor Justin Cobb. And I'd looked at some videos of Justin Cobb prior to that, and he came across very, very well. He's a professor, so he's an acting professor and a surgeon. He's also the King's orthopedic surgeon. So we made an appointment to see him, and he'd been working on ceramic, a H1 ceramic implant. And for me being a cyclist, bearings were always metal on metal. So the bottom bracket is where you pedal, the headset is where you pedal. Every year there are ball bearings on metal, and you'd have to take them out, re-grease them. If it got too wet, you'd have to always be at them. And then ceramic bearings come out, and you don't even have to touch them. They're like, they're guaranteed for life. So you put ceramic bearings in a bike now, and it's like, it's perfect. So I thought ceramic seems to be the way to go. Now, at the time, from watching the videos, I was under the impression that he was already doing ceramic in the general public. So we drove up to see Pedro Felipe in Lisbon. And super cool guy. I really got on with him. Selma Star went in, she came in with me. And he said, yeah, I can do it. I only do big metal on metal implants. I said, do you do ceramic? He said, no one's doing ceramic. I said, I was talking to Cobb, and I think he's doing ceramic. He said, if you can get ceramic, which was kind of nice of him. Anyway, he told me my left hip was good. Now he's looking off x-rays that were from June or July, and this was like February, you know. And he was like, your left hip is good, we get another 4 or 5 years out of it. And at the time, that didn't really sit too well, because the left one was more painful than the right at the time, and it was clicking a lot. Like, if you've seen the other videos, you hear the thing, and that's not an exaggeration, that's how loud it was. It's just because the bone was like hitting off the bone, and it was, you know, there was cysts on the bone, which I thought cysts were like lumps on your skin, but cysts can be like dips in the bone as well, so parts kind of missing. Anyway, saw him, left him, and then we went to London. We met Professor Cobb, who was an absolute gentleman. Obviously, he'd got my discs, and he'd looked at them before I came in. And then when we walked in, we were all kind of like happy and jovial. I hopped in on the crutches, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry to see your X-rays. You know, I feel so bad for you, because you know, I've been looking around at other X-rays, and I haven't seen one that's kind of like that dramatic looking." So he said, he looked at the CT scan, he was measuring up my hips, and he's like, look, your hips are small. You've got 47 mil hips. The smallest metal on metal I would do would be a 50 mil, and the ceramic is being in study and it hasn't got the approval of the medical board yet. And this was in February, and he's like, all things aligned, it'll be out by May. And so I said, well, I can wait till May. And at that stage, I was able to hop around on the crutches. I did like about 5K that day in London, and it was fine, no problem. Obviously, I was a bit tired afterwards, but it wasn't hurting when I landed. So he said, look, get me a CT scan, send me the CT scan. So back, and I was kind of optimistic. Also, what he said was there might be a chance that when I get in there on the operating day, your right hip, I mightn't be able to do it. You're going to have to sign a thing. There's a % chance that I might have to do a full total hip replacement on it. And that didn't give me much encouragement, to be honest. And it kind of like, I knew from Badlands, it probably fucking wrecked it a little bit more. So I knew it wouldn't have been the same as it was like 6-7 months ago. Got the CT scan, sent it off to him. Actually, the woman that did the CT scan called me in to have a look at it. She's like, here, you have to look at this. And I took some photographs of it, some video, and then I sent it off to him. And that was it. And then I got an email, and I didn't see the email for like 4 or 5 days. But in the meantime, I'd been looking for a backup plan, because I was thinking like May, April had come, and I'd got dramatically worse since I'd been to London. As in, when I landed, it really hurt my leg. Everything was painful. Everything was like, there was pain everywhere. Whereas before, it would be pain in certain positions. So most of the day, I wouldn't be in pain. Sleeping, I wouldn't sleep, but I'd wake up in pain. But it just got to the stage where everything hurt. And I had one going up and down the stairs to the gym in, whereas before I could do it a few times. And I couldn't carry a coffee from the counter to the chair anymore. And just, I was miserable. And I wasn't smiling. And I mean, we have a puppy, and I haven't even enjoyed the puppy. It was annoying me. So everything was just misery. Get this email, didn't open it. And then I saw it just before I went to bed. He's like, I'm really sorry, but it's too far gone. And with the new scan, I'm going to have to do a ceramic on ceramic short stem hip replacement. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I didn't sleep that night. I wasn't going to sleep anyway, but I just stayed up all night looking at short stem. And the reason why they do the short stem is because they're going to have to do it again. If you get the long stem, it's usually, my mother has a long stem one. She'll never have to do it again, because she's not going to live another 20 years. And she doesn't do that much anyways. Whereas with me, because I'm active, they put the short stem in because it's a little bit easier to get it out of the bone. In 10 years' time, when you got to replace that thing, if you watch any videos on YouTube, have a look at them trying to get an implant out, because it's become part of the bone, and it's a full sledgehammer job. The risk of death on the second operation is like 3-fold, and they don't tell you that. So the hip replacement's kind of meant for older people that play a bit of golf, socialise a bit, go for coffee, stuff like that. It's not meant for me. The hip resurfacing is meant for people who are younger and athletic, that are going to do stuff and want to do stuff that they always did. Like, you can never run on a hip replacement, even though people do. It will fall apart, and it'll also wreck your other side if you haven't got the other side done. So for me, I really wanted to get the thing, and now all of a sudden I was left with the reality of I kind of left it a little bit too long. Up popped Dr. De Smet, who I'd seen videos of. People had gone to see him in Belgium, and he had a place in South Africa as well. And now I was looking for a ceramic, because now I was told the head of my hip femur was too small for a metal on metal. So Anka Clinic is the name of the Smith's Clinic, and they have an Instagram page which is kind of, I thought it was going to be run by a 16-year-old. So I messaged the Instagram. I said, would I be able to get an email for Dr. De Smet for a second opinion? I was just like, fuck it, why not ask? Closed mouths don't get fed. So Cohen himself messaged me back, sure, here's my email, send me an email and send me the images. So I sent him an email, I sent him the images. This is like April. Mario's lads were over, and I just told them the morning before, like, I was fucked. And then that night, I send your man an email, second opinion, and the x-rays from last July. And he writes me back, yeah, I can do it. I can do it metal on metal. He's like, it'd be a shame for a guy like you to get a replacement. I was just like, fuck. I'd fucking hope and faith again. It was just like, fuck, just give me something to hang on to. And then he just went, yeah, I can do it. Let's do a call. So he did a video call with me, and I liked him straight off the fucking bat. He was having a fucking smoke while he was talking to me, and he was just like a cat. And he goes to me, look, dude, I've done 8,000 of these. I said, like, do you need a newer x-ray? He said, nah, I know what it's going to be like. I said, I have a CT scan and lately, and he said, I only work off x-ray. He said, well, I can do it, but you need to do it now because you don't have much time left. And I knew, give me another month and I would be in a wheelchair. I just don't, the way it was going. And the end game of this is the whole thing just fuses up. So he booked me in for 10 days and got all the details, booked the flight. You stay in the hospital for 4 days, and then you go to a hotel for 4 days, and they bring you to the physiotherapist every day. So, and I wanted to go on my own just for the challenge, So flew into Brussels, got a Ryanair flight, so I was a bit outside Brussels, then got a bus down to the train station, then from the train station to the hospital, and I was 2 hours late because the train was cancelled. And then I emailed them, said, look, I'm a little bit late, no problem, come in. And they just like did me bloods, did me x-ray, and anesthesiologist came to see me, did all the stuff. I looked at the x-ray and the left hip was dramatically worse than it was. The other one was kind of the same. And that was it. And then I was sharing a room with a guy called Pancho, Federico. He'd flown from Uruguay, and he was getting the bilateral. He was getting the two done at the same time. 33-year-old, played a bit of football. And he just had a young kid, and he was like in pain. But he was able to sit down, he wasn't limping, he didn't have crutches, he was able to cross his legs. And I was thinking, shit, man, you're talking about that bad, right? So that was it. We got on straight away. I suppose we had something in common. And then I was forced down that morning, so 7:30, they come in and they push your bed downstairs, and then I started getting a little bit of butterfly. I wasn't nervous until then. Then they start pushing you in your bed down, and then you went down into a holding cell, like a waiting room, and it's all beep, 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 beep. It's the recovery room. And I think Helen was next to me, one of the girls from that I met later. She was in the court next, and she was going in. I think she might have been forced. And then they bring me in, fucking state-of-the-art modern theatre. And your big picture of you, well, a big TV screen with your x-ray on it. And they were like kind of laughing at it, And then I had to get from the bed onto the operating table. And they're like, just get out of the bed and get in there. I was like, I can't walk. So they had to like lift me on. After I go to sleep, I wake up and I had no pain, none, zero. And I was worried about waking up groggy, feeling a bit stoned, because I don't like that feeling. It freaks me out a little bit. And I didn't have any. I just woke up clear, and no pain, and I wiggled my toes, and they wiggled, and then they asked me, did I want an ice cream? They gave me like a Calypso ice lolly, and then they came along and x-rayed me in the bed with this machine, and I said, can I have a look, please? And I just wanted to see. There it was. 2 beautiful metal on metal resurfaces, and I was like, fuck. Yeah, so got wheeled back up to the room. Pancho was a while because he was in a lot of pain, and gave me lunch, and I was just overjoyed. I didn't sleep that first night because I was so fucking happy of what lies in front of me, rather than it was like slowly dying the other way. Every day it was just getting worse and worse, and it was just like dying, slowly dying. And I felt like myself again. And then the progression then of that was like they connected you up to a morphine pump that it was only new that they were only using these. So you press the button, it gives you morphine yourself when you need it. I think it's 15 times or every 15 minutes you can use it. I didn't use it once. Federico on the other side, he was in a lot of pain, and he was on it the whole time. And there's a payback for that as well. There's a payback loop on it, you know, and you're only on that for 2 days before they take it off you. I think it's like 5 days to be addicted to heroin for a mentally sane person. But it was I didn't have any, and then we're in bed for like 3 days. So everything's, it wasn't that I was in pain. It just gets uncomfortable on your ass, and then your back might get problems. You're peeing in a kind of cup. It was I didn't have any problems. He did. He had to get a catheter because he just couldn't go. I'd say it's a lot trickier for a woman because you got to lift yourself up. And then third day, the physio gets you out of bed and you get on a little a walker with a brake on it. The walker itself, I felt when I stood up, my leg had shrunk about that much, about 50 centimeters, about 3 inches from the hip tilt. And when one leg was flat, the other was on its toe. And when I get out of bed, and I noticed before I got out of bed, my legs were exactly the same size, which was phenomenal. And I didn't expect it because they've never been the same length ever. It's always been. I remember like when I was 20, it was like going to a physio. Another guy, you're an inch and a half. You need to put implant things on your shoes. But whatever way it happened, we corrected the pelvic tilt, and it's perfect. But when I went to walk, it was like I was looking at people in videos before. I thought they were just weak. It's not. It's just that your brain doesn't really talk to your feet. It just, you know, they don't move, and you're kind of a little bit nervous about how it feels. And there's all these weird sensations. And the next day I was on crutches. Then I could go to the bathroom. And the fourth day, they're like, "Okay, you're leaving today." Oh, the fourth day, Colin came in to see us, and he was just like, you know, it's, you know, every day now it's just going to get dramatically better. And you leave tomorrow, you go to the hotel, and it'll be great. And I didn't really think I could leave on the fourth day. I really didn't. I thought, like, I can't put my underwear on, because you can. There's a 90-degree rule. You can't bring your hip past 90 degrees, so you can never touch your toes. So how are you meant to put your socks or your underwear on or your trousers on? But you figure it out. Everybody else had somebody with them, like Pancho had his mother, the others had their wives and husbands, or their husbands with them, the ladies that got theirs done. But the first night I put the bath on, and then I was like, am I going to get into the bath? Well, you figure it out. You figure it out, you know? And I didn't do anything risky. I went to the sauna the next night, because they glue you and there's a dry patch on it, so you can do whatever you want. Had to swim in the pool with a robot, and I was just smiling the whole time, just smiling the whole time, and it was great. And then physio every day for an hour and a half. You just like riding the bike a little bit of leg extensions. The physio moves you around a little bit. And then if I'd say to somebody what I would bring with me would be, good morning, how are you?
You me?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic.
Belgium?
Went to Belgium.
Yes.
I'll show you. So after Belgium, look.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's fantastic. I couldn't do that before. So there you go. One off the neighbours. But what was I saying? Yeah. So yeah, every day got that little bit better. Dramatically, actually, like 100% better. If I was going to say to somebody what to bring, I'd bring one of those pickup sticks, because I thought to give you one in the hospital. They didn't. So you can pick things up off the floor. It's easier to put stuff on. A shoehorn, definitely a long shoehorn. They'd one in the hotel, but bring your own. And then also two sizes up on your underwear, because my hips went like this with the swelling, and like I literally couldn't get my shorts on. Look, I had a stretchier pair. I couldn't get my underwear on. I was like almost ripped it trying to get it on. And that's gone down a little bit, but it looked pretty weird for a while, you know, because you got this like biscuits in ass, you got these wide hips and your ass disappears. Since then, I've had no pain. Walking with the crutches on the fourth day. And then Colin came down to say goodbye on the last day. And I asked him a kind of poignant question, which kind of like, Because people say, what happened to you? You know, and I was saying like I fell off a roller coaster, or people say it's wear and tear. And then you've got like, okay, so Pancho with me, he's 33, plays a bit of football. He doesn't have the same lifestyle as me. You know, I've done probably 25,000 rounds, ridden 1,000 bike races, probably done 200,000 kilometers, crashed all over the place. The girls were like vegans or yoga or, you know, done a bit of exercise, but none of us are similar, you know? So he says it's congenital, which made a lot of sense to me. He said like what happens is the hip doesn't really fit quite well in the socket, and in the thing there's a capsule that's sealed, and the capsule your body fills it with synovial fluid. I think it's synovial fluid. It's fluid anyway, and in that lubricates and it keeps everything lubricated. But what happens is you get this little trauma, maybe you fall or you tripped or you banged it or something. Whatever the trauma is that breaks that seal. So obviously I've had a lot of traumas, but mine might be more than somebody else's, or there might be a little bit less. More, you know, it depends what your limit is. Anyway, once the seal goes and the fluid starts to leak, that's it. There's no going back. The cartilage just wears away like this. Osteoarthritis sits in. You start getting all these bone spurs, bone growths, and it will not stop, no matter what you do. So the truth is, and that's what I was looking for at the whole start of this, the truth is if you get osteoarthritis of your hips, you're going to need surgery. And I denied that for a long time. And I went with these guys that were like saying, I fixed my osteoarthritis, it was bone on. But then when you look at their x-rays, and I'll show you some of them, they're lying. They might have had like some sort of hip impingement and they were able to kind of get it back, but they weren't anywhere near I was, and they're all selling you something. They're all selling you a little product or a little course for 100 quid, whatever the fuck, but they're making money out of it. So what would I recommend if this is the case? If you get osteoarthritis and you're young and you're active, go and see Dr. De Smet. I'll leave a link to him. This guy is phenomenal. Like when you see a craftsman, you see like a well-oiled machine. There was like 4 surgeons, anesthesiologists, 2 nurses, but it is pristine. Like when you see a craftsman, when we see someone who's elite, at an elite level, you just recognize it. Guy is a master craftsman at what he does. He's done 8,000. There's no one on the planet that's done anything near him. And this is why there's problems with why it never became super popular, because the learning curve is so high. Like Pedro Felipe in Lisbon does 20 a year, right? How are you meant to get good? He done 6 that day, and the next week he did 7. Do you know? Like he's doing more than double a month on him. He does 700 a year. He's an expert at it. He knows exactly what the outcome is. Whereas the hip replacement is very easy surgery compared. You amputate the top of the thing in, drill it in, bang it in, you're done. It's a 20-minute job. What I had done was 2.5 hours. And that's the other thing. He was saying, like in America, there was some guys there that were doing bilateral, and it was taking them 7 hours to do bilateral. And with the 7 hours, the risk of infections is huge because you're open, you know? It's like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, it's kind of the limit where you're going to start getting surgeries, or a serious infection. So for me, it's a case of go see him. It costs, that's the other thing, what does it cost? Because there wasn't too many people talking about what it costs. For bilateral, it costs 35,000. I think for a single, it's about 17 to 19 grand. The implants themselves, because I didn't even ask him at the start how much it was. It didn't matter. It's just like you can't put a price on just having your fucking life. It's the price of a medium-sized car. Get a loan. The implant is 5 grand each, 10 grand off the top. So that's 10 grand. It's left with 25. You got a bunch of surgeons, but it's... And the way the whole setup is, I think it's a bargain. And if you want your health back, and you want to be, you know, doing everything that you did 5 years ago, and just fucking like everything smells better, everything tastes better, everything looks better. I'm fucking, you know, I'm going 1 more week off the crutches. 6 weeks. I cannot destroy the implant after 6 weeks. The first 6 weeks, no driving. No leg past 90 and no crossing legs. Once you get past 6 weeks, then the implant cannot be dislocated and it cannot be wrecked. And with the new seal, that they've put a new seal in, the fluid is there, the metal will never touch the metal. And in 3 months, you can do pretty much every sport that you did before, everything, jumping, the whole lot. And it's about 85% fixed. And then in 1 year, everything is 100%. You can do an ultra distance marathon if you want, a 100-mile run, whatever you want to do. But we'll take it slow. And I'm going to do reports on it. It's a long video today, but I think it deserves to be a long video. It's a big decision to make. But if you are going to make the decision, recognize what the truth is. And I went full time on this. I did all the, deep diving. Also, me being in no pain is not exactly what everybody else is. I think it depends. And I said it to Cohen, and he was saying the people that either do what I did was like try and fix it, and you get to the stage where the thing is almost broken and they're in pain constantly. When they get the operation, they're in this pain threshold. When they get the operation, they're down here. Whereas the people that have a little bit of pain, they're like here. They get the operation, it's up here. So if I was getting, I'd wait a little bit longer and get used to the pain. It's like training for the pain rather than go fucking from 0 to 10 straight off the bat. But yeah, if you've any questions on any of it, I'll answer them. So just send me a message. I'll leave a link to Anchor Clinic, Dr. De Smet. And yeah, we are all one. Hare Krishna. Namaste. We're after.